Am I live over here? Here we go with the phone call. Okay. Welcome, guys. I had to get set up over here on Hey Cheryl, over here on IG. Hey Blondie, let me know if you can hear me. Facebook user, you didn't register your name. I don't know who that is. Hey Cindy. Hey ladies, happy Wednesday. It's hump day. We're halfway through the week, right? We're almost through. Got a couple more days to go. Today has been crazy, super duper busy. Hey Cheryl, hey, I don't want to mess your name up. Con, I'm gonna say Con. Hey Keats Productions. How you guys doing over there on Instagram land? I know, right? On IG. How about it? Y'all know I fools with Facebook over here. But I got all you guys today. So I'm glad you guys joined me because today we are going to be talking about some things to not do if you are trying to create a course. You guys know I've been talking about creating a course. Not only just this week, I've been talking about this for a while, because I know a lot of you guys are kind of like, you want to, don't know where to start, don't know what to don't know quite what to do, right? So just just telling you some tips to kind of help you along the way, boost your confidence, let you know that you have enough to turn into a course right now. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it will never be perfect. Perfect is, I don't even know why they got that word. That's like a word to psych people out to live up to something that doesn't even exist. My courses aren't even perfect, but the good thing about that is that it leaves room for improvement, right? It kind of keeps me up on my game. It kind of keeps me wanting to learn new things and all of that good stuff. So it's not gonna be perfect. So what you waiting for? I don't know. But hey Dell, hey Dee Julia, thank you guys for joining in. So for those of you that are new, because we kind of on a couple of different channels here. We're on YouTube and Periscope and Facebook and IG and all those good places, right? So those of you that are new to my platform and not familiar with the Posh Academy, I am Precious Stevens, the creator of Posh Academy, and I created the Posh Academy for event professionals such as yourselves that's looking to attract higher paying clients, whether that is through organic marketing, amplifying your message, or enhancing your skill set, right? Enhancing your skill set. So that is the goal. That is the purpose of the whole entire program. Everything I do is kind of geared around that. I live it, speak it, dream it, eat it, all that good stuff, right? And then it comes out. So today we are going to be talking about 5 things that you should not be doing when you're trying to create a course. Some of them are common, right? But we talked about this the other day. Common is not so common for some. So we're going to get into all that. Hey Latoya, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. You guys are up and rocking in the afternoon. What are y'all doing? If you are new, tell me in the comments that you're new. Tell me what platform you're actually on, because like I said, it's being shared to quite a few different platforms. And yeah, just tell me where you're from and tell me hello and what platform you're coming from, so I can know where most of my followers are or my watchers are from. Hey Mary, I see you guys over here on IG. Okay, so those of you that know, Saturday marks August the 1st, right? August the 1st, we're going into a new unit, which is 4 weeks to freedom. Some of you guys had taken this course a few months ago when it was a standalone course. And now, guess what? My members of Planning to Profit get to go through that same exact course to teach you how to create a course. Like, how do I do it? How do I keep pushing these courses out? Not only that, how do I pre-sell these courses? Like, I actually sell these courses before they even orchestrated it, right? Before they even put together. So it's like it's a little science behind the madness it is. And I'm going to show you guys that's in the program, or that's going to take 4 weeks to freedom, exactly how I do it, how now I'm able to create a course so easy compared to how it was. And not only that, guess what? I am working on a new course, and I am going to be creating my new course right along with you guys that's in the program, so you can really see exactly what I do. Not only me training you on the process, but you'll actually see me go through it as well. So I'm really excited about that, because I don't know, I just get excited about pushing out new stuff and new launches and things like that. So number one, we're going to jump right into it because it's the afternoon. The day is still like early, and your girl got a lot to do, and I know you guys got a lot to do, and some of you guys are going to be joining me tonight for Posh Late Night Biz. Posh Late Night Biz is where we discuss all things draping. Some of you guys have been sending some questions through my survey. I put the survey in the group the other day, asking you guys if you have any questions, start putting them in there, because guess what? I'm going to address them on Posh Late Night Biz. That way you are able to get the exact information, the exact answer to your tailored question. And if you are not able to watch it live, guess what? You get to catch the replay. And if you left your name, I'm going to give you a shout out, baby. Yes, I am. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the number one thing you want to do, I actually wrote these down because y'all know I go off topic real fast. So now I'm learning to just streamline my stuff so I can stay on topic, stay on course, and I don't hold up too much of you guys' time. I know you guys like chit-chatting with me and getting all of the goofy laughs in, but we got to stay on course, baby. We got to stay on course. So the first thing you want to do, or you don't want to do, is you don't want to pick a topic that you just think is like hot, right? You don't want to just pick a topic without doing your research. And I'm not just saying, okay, ask a few people, or okay, see what everyone's doing, like the tips that I gave you guys yesterday. Is that a way to do it? Absolutely it is. But there are even some more ways that you can really validate your idea, right? You can really know if this thing is going to pop, if it's going to sell, because it's nothing worse, like I told you guys yesterday, it's nothing worse than creating something and it doesn't sell. You got crickets on launch day, right? Or you're talking about it, no one's interested, no one's hitting them buy buttons. You're waking up, your phone isn't saying anything, baby. It's just not saying anything. It's notifications, but none of them are payment notifications. That's not a good feeling. So you don't want to just run out there and run with something and you didn't do your research. One of the easiest ways to do research is social media. There are different apps that you could use to find out like how hot this topic is, but I'm telling you, for what we do, it's right there in the palm of your hand, in your phone. Social media. So many of you guys are in these groups, and not only that, so many of you guys you specialize in a specific area. Like yesterday we talked about balloons. If you know that's your thing, I'm going to snoop around to find out, what are they asking about balloons? What do they want to know, baby? So if you see some common questions that people want to know, that's a course. That is a validated course idea. So not only just be in the groups, I told y'all months ago how Facebook groups is now going to be king. Like, content is king, yeah, but you get a great deal out of it in the Facebook groups. So you find out what people are asking, what are they talking about. Not only that, what is they frustrated about, right? People get frustrated in groups a lot, boy. They be ranting. They rant. They rant for different stuff. They rant because they can't find answers to things, and I love those kind of rants because I'm like, oh, especially if it's something I know, guess where it's going? Inside my course, right? The whole purpose of a course is to create a solution. So if you have the solutions to what people are complaining about, or things that they really, really want to learn, that's it. They're going to be coming to you to seek that course, that info, whatever it is, freebie, ebook, whatever it is. They're going to be coming to you because you have the answers. There is no sense in really. So this is what some people, and I get it to a certain degree, but this is what some people do, right? You'll have the information and you just will sit on it, like you won't share it. Now I get, because research is extensive and you don't give all your nuggets away. You don't, because you should be compensated for doing the hard work and cutting through the red tape for other people. Right, I get it. However, it don't hurt to just share something, especially when you know people are frustrated and they know, people in the groups and they're not answering questions. And like, why have a platform? Why have such group if you have people come to the group and can't get help? Right? It's like really kind of think that one through a little bit. So, but for you guys on the flip side, that is where you get a lot of your information from, right? look in those groups, find out, especially if you guys creating courses and it's your specialty, then you guys are amongst each other as far as potential clients, because people, your customers that's buying a cake for a wedding is not going to buy your course on how to create or mold fondant, right? That's going to be more than likely another someone that's in the industry. So it's have like it's so unfortunate because people don't even do this hardly ever, but focus on these like masterminds. Have these like focus groups where you guys are really brainstorming ideas. And even if I have my course outlined with 4 topics and you have your course outlined with the same 4 topics, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to generate the same outcome, right? So many other elements go according to just the data. It's not just the data alone or just whatever you're teaching. So many different other elements is going to really sway a person who they going to buy from. So don't focus so much on, oh, I got to keep this all to myself. No, you don't. No, you don't. You got to go out there. Thanks, Priscilla. You got to go out there. Thanks, Tanika. And you got to put the stuff out there so people, you are building credibility. You don't want to be the hog that just hold all this information up, right? You want to put this stuff in your courses so you can be the credibility, and then give people information. Give people free information. That's letting them know, like, oh, yeah, she know her stuff. Oh, let me go over there. She know her stuff a little bit, right? So that is what you want to do. You can also check your as far as the groups, you can I talked about this yesterday, but I did write it down again. As far as your competitors, you can use competitor the analysis from that in different ways. Like you can watch for what they're lacking in, right? And then bam, you master that, right? Because all businesses have a weak spot, right? All of them do. Ain't none of them A1, top one on every element of business. It's just not happening. Thank you. I'm glad I'm able to entertain. So you want to look at your competitors, find out what is their weak spot, right? And then you master that. I mean, that is going to be your sweet spot. That is like where now you're in the blue ocean. You don't want to do what everybody is doing. You want to find out, even if like you talk to people, and even if they've taken some courses. There's a lot of people in my DMs that have maybe taken some draping courses and still is frustrated. So it's not like taking that as humor. I wouldn't anyway, because I'm just so analytical. I'm going to spin it and figure out how can I make this work in my business. So if you went over there and you frustrated, oh, what you frustrated at, baby? What happened? Then that's you see, it sounds like a conversation, but now I'm computing. I am making sure that my course is not don't display those same results. I don't want to piss nobody off. So you got to take people's frustrations on even their past experiences. I have so many frustrations with coaches, previous coaches that I have hired, right? And even though I was frustrated at the ridiculously outcome, right? Dissatisfying outcome, it taught me how to be a better coach, right? So you got to really take that information that you're getting that you're seeing in the groups, that take those analytics, take the frustration, the pain points, and create a killer freaking course. It's just that easy, right? Okay, number 2. I know as far as looking at your competitors, right? I know as far as like in the groups and all that good stuff, but you have competitors outside of that. So you definitely want to utilize every arena that you can possibly see where your competitors would show up. So your competitors quite naturally, especially if you guys work trying to do books. I know a lot of you guys want to do journals and you got to find out, look on like the sites that sell books, right? Find out what they're talking about. Reviews will be your biggest friend. If it's something similar to, especially on the ads. Oh my goodness, I get so much information on other people's ads, it's ridiculous. So you want to find out what the reviews are saying, because on those ads, people will either blow you up and tell you your stuff is whack, or they're really going to talk about that you have a great product, right? They're going to say they use it, how much they love it, and all that good stuff. And then they may even talk about what they love about it. So go on those sites, go on the Amazon, go on the wherever if you guys, those that's doing books, if you guys are doing books, go on those sites and look at the reviews, right? If you're doing something like a course where you're actually teaching virtually, like how I do, go on those sites and look at other courses, right? Go on, Udemy, whatever. Udemy, go in there, right? Look at courses that's replicable, that's comparable to what you want to teach, and see what the people are saying. Go on Teachable's site. Go on, I don't know if Crowdcast is still around, but Crowdcast is a site. You want to go on these sites and look at the reviews. I'm telling you, when people mad, they're going to blow you up. And then when people happy, they will still blow you up. So look at what, the percentage is saying, and then look at exactly what are they mad about, right? And then just make sure that you craft yours where it's totally the opposite. Totally the opposite. Totally. Wait a minute. I'm telling you, Tanika, there's no such thing as being too transparent. Now, it may be a such thing as like when you're talking about what you're doing and what you're offering free. That's totally fine. Then when you give away, I'm telling you, when you operate in this space, now it's kind of like you got to look at it a double-edged sword. When you operate in this space, I don't mind giving away free information. I don't, because people, I kind of look at it as if, one, I'm building a relationship, right? Two, I'm helping and creating an impact, which is all a part of my purpose, right? And then three, I am not only putting out into the universe things that I want to attract, right? Because I don't want to not know something and I get to a roadblock and somebody like, oh no, here go my invoice. I'm gonna give you the information, but pay me first. No. So if I want to connect with those kind of people, I have to be that kind of person, if that makes sense. Hey, Michelle. So yeah, it's all about really being the change you want to see. So you can't walk it and you can't talk it and not walk it. So I commend you. Do it. You're going to really, it's about building tribes. People always worry about being popular. I don't care about being popular. Popular is not going to keep me in the game. Popular is not going to create a lifestyle that I deserve. Popular is not going to help me maximize these goals, right? However, building a tribe of supporting other women entrepreneurs will. And that's kind of how you want to, be in that mind frame. I don't mind giving information away right now, right? Not saying that part right now, but right now, I don't mind the DMs. Like, me and another young lady, she called me midnight, right? And I'm like, what is my business line ringing at midnight? Like, what's going on? But I answered it though. And I answered it and she was shocked. She's like, oh, I thought I'd get a machine. Like, no, baby, I'm running this business 24 hours. However, right? I know that won't continue, but I don't mind being transparent. I don't mind nurturing. I don't mind pouring seeds, right? Because it comes right back to me. So keep on doing what you're doing, Tanika. You're doing amazing. Just keep that mindset. Don't ever get to the point where, I paid for all this information, I'm not going to pass it on. Stop. There's so many people, and I'm quite sure it's someone in this thread that have been there at some point, because I even was too. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, I sit up here and pay for this training, invested for this, and I'm not giving all that away. You don't have to give it all away. You don't have to give it all away. But if you keep constantly learning, keep pouring seeds and investing into yourself and expanding your knowledge, you will never run out of things to give away. Right? So don't worry about the little one-page PDF of information you gave away, because now you're still collecting more data and you're supposed to give it away to a certain degree. You're supposed to. So, all right, so let me go on to the books. So definitely look at the books, look at the courses, whatever it is that you want to do. Do your research, find out there like what's already out there, what's already popping, what people are saying about it, what's the experience like, right? Because it's right there. It's right, and this is free research. You got to do a little time with it, but it's free research, and you should be doing your due diligence anyway before you sit up here and, because creating a course is not like it's rosy posy and it get done in an hour. Before you sit up here and put all that sweat equity in, you should be doing your research. So then when you get to the creation part, it's fun. It's like, oh yeah, it's fun. Hey, Angie. And another one, even if your offer is not like complete, you always want to test. Boy, I used to get hell in the beginning. I'm not lying. Because I didn't test every single thing, right? So guess what? I would launch something and then it would be a bunch of hiccups. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? It's because I didn't test it, right? Or how about when I first started creating courses, right? And I had all these freaking ideas like, oh yeah, that sounds hot. Ain't nobody want it. No one wanted it because I didn't test and validate my offer. So no matter what you have, make sure you connect with a group of folk where you guys are testing each other's stuff, or get into a mastermind to find out like if you are on the right track, right? Get into programs like Planning to Profit, right? Where you are able to exchange and get honest criticism, honest feedback back. And then if you have a group of, and you should, a couple of your past clients, right? Your real supporters, your cheerleaders, they will always willing to be tested. They will always be willing to test something for you. I don't get it all the time. They will, because I'm telling you, I said this the other day. People love being a part of the process. And when you bring people in to your process, for one, it seems more real and you're more authentic. So many people want to show up like they got it all together and they just went in the booth and did this Wonder Woman thing and I'm here. No, it's a process. And people respect you more and they connect with you deeper when you take them through the process. I have a select amount of women that when I'm running something, I will test a landing page, baby, because I need that feedback back. And they'll let me know, right? And then I'll go and apply the changes, because if they are my ideal clients and my ideal audience, right, the ones that I'm testing through, when this thing go full launch, the success is going to be a higher rate, because I created it for my ideal client. And I had my ideal client test it and tell me if she liked it or not. So test, 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 test. It depends on what it is. I don't know who I'm talking to because you didn't register for StreamYard. But for this question here, how do you have past clients tested? How? It depends on what it is. So let's just say if it's a product, you have them tested. You have them test the entire process on how they get your product, right? So if you have a Shopify, or if you have a link on your page, or whatever that process is, and it should be automated, meaning you shouldn't be in your phone taking them through the entire process. It should be wherever that initial point of contact is, it should handle them through the entire process with them buying, obtaining, getting a testimonial, right? And you want that entire process tested to make sure that it goes through, the transaction go through smoothly, right? If you have an ebook, you want to test the entire process on how someone signed up, how they get it, and how they put into a funnel, in which they should be always put into a funnel, right? You want all that stuff tested. Oh, Nikita, I'm gonna get you. Right, so you want all that stuff tested. If you have some lip gloss, you want to test it. You want it tested on how they got it, what they say about, what they think about it, how it smells to them. You want to know their impression first before you go out there and put it to the universe and you get blasted because you ain't tested, right? That's what I mean by test. Whatever your offer is, you have someone test the entire process. You can test it, but you're too emotionally connected to it to test it. You want someone else to test it. And you want someone else that ain't your yes man and your wing man, and you want it to be authentic. Like, no, that look crazy, right? If it look crazy, they should be able to tell you. And then you go and tweak the process. And you want to continue all that and keep on tweaking until it's satisfactory to your ideal client. And then you put it out there to the universe. Give me a 1, guys, if that makes sense. Nikita, tell me if that answers your question. And that's like the best thing. Like, honestly, testing, I love testing because it's like one of the best things to kind of really validate it, especially if you're testing to the right person. Now, if you normally, let's just say you normally sell to Bargain Basement Betty, but you trying to get over here and get Luxury Suzanne, don't have Bargain Basement Betty test your product, because guess who you're going to attract? Bargain Basement Betty. So you want to find you a Luxury Lucy if you don't already have one, and that's who you want to test your products, your services, whatever it is, your ebooks, your landing pages, all that, because your branding may be whack. And if your branding whack, then look, Lucille over here she's not even going to be attracted to it. So you definitely want those that will likely buy, and those that you want to attract to your brand and to your company and to your business. You want to test it with those folk and get honest feedback, right? Thanks, Michelle. So look at, even when they do TV shows, they don't just put together a whole cast and do all that filming and then say, hey, here world, check it out. We debuting tonight at 8. No, they run a pilot. They test it. See how the pilot do, right? Got to go through the process, right? And that's the easiest way that you don't get your heart broke. That you don't get your heart broke, right? Okay, so we're going to get into number 2. Number 2, and this is a biggie, and I did this. Like, I did this. Jumped in, right? Just jumped in with no help, no input, no nothing. I'm like, oh, it's one thing to have the knowledge, right? And you want to teach your skill set. You could do that. You could. But when you don't have the guidance to how to do it correctly and position it in a way where it's profitable, that don't make sense. I remember when draping, I got into the draping thing and I was like, oh yeah, I love it, love it, love it. And I did it for events, and then I was like, oh no, I could teach it. And I was knowledgeable enough. My skills was on point, right? But to actually take that and turn it into a course, man, was I pulling my hair out. And I was pulling my hair out. I ain't know what about platforms. I ain't know like to have the right audio, video, funnel, sequence. I ain't know about none of that. I just like, look, I just want to teach this thing. And I'm not going to say I did. It went over. But when I look at how I teach now and my entire process now compared to when I first did, baby, that is the biggest reason why it's such a price difference. I taught the same thing, right? I taught the same exact structure. I still teach 6 modules in my draping masterclass. Same outline, same everything. However, it's a lot more expensive now than when I first started because I've invested so much, and it's just a much better experience. I'll focus on the experience, right? And I want to make sure all my students and everyone that comes to the masterclass have an amazing experience. I want to be sure that they can get high quality video, high quality audio, right? I want to make sure they're in a nice venue with great lighting, and it's just like different. My first one, I was in a freaking, I don't even know what it was, a library or something. Guys, I'm trying to tell you. But you just got to trust the process. One thing I can say that I'm proud of is that I just got started. I pushed go and I got started. I took what I knew and I ran with it. But I was being a good business owner, right? And I always was trying to perfect it and trying to master it and trying to make it better. And that is how I was able to increase my revenue. And that's how I was able to increase and demand higher prices that people pay for. People pay. Y'all thinking that people are not going to pay for your stuff if you attach on another zero. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. But they're not going to pay for it if you're not confident that that's what it deserves, right? That's where it comes from. So, absolutely, Marissa, you better go test, girl. Go test. You say I'm so fun. I know, right? I don't have good sense. I'm sorry, guys. So, you want to get input. You want to get input on as much elements of the process you can, right? Like I said, as far as the testing, you want to get input. I asked you guys, right? Tell me a 2. Give me a 2 in the comments if y'all remember. Before I even created Planning the Profit, I asked y'all about the name. I threw a couple names out there in the group. I say, which one y'all like better? I think the other one was Coaching for Creatives or something like that. By a landslide, y'all decided Planning the Profit. That's how I came up with the name. I didn't sit here and write it. This is what I used to do. This was the process before. I would sit here and write it and see how it looked on paper and see how my cursive, it just was ridiculous. Right? Guys, it was so ridiculous. But now I had to really learn and understand. Give the people what they want. Don't overthink this thing. Don't make it super complicated. Give them what they want. So even if you can't decide on a name, or you have an idea, ask people which one, hey, which one sound have a better ring to it. Which one, if I say it, you know exactly what it is, or things like that, right? Test all that stuff. You want to find out if the content, and I know this is a funny one, and it's so funny because people be embarking on courses, right? And what you scared of, baby? That somebody gonna steal your content? They don't want to give nobody an inside look, right? I get the inside look because I coaches them, right? But even though I'm looking at it from a coaching aspect, I could tell you as far as the back end, the structure, right? But I don't know. That's not I don't deal with ice cream pops. So I don't know if that's what they want. You have to give it to a potential buyer to find out if it's fruity enough, right? Or how about if it's too daggone fruity, you might gotta trim the fat and cut some stuff out. I used to do that too. I put the whole house in the kitchen sink in my courses because I just knew it's so much when it comes to business and building businesses, and it's so much. But you have to be able to give it to people in digestible increments. When you give them overkill, y'all know what happened. They don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. So you want to give it to them in digestible increments. So have somebody go through your content and give you some honest feedback, right? And then I'm not saying let them run through the whole course, although you should. But even if it's just the titles or something, you want some feedback back before you sit up there and push launch. I'm telling you. That's one of the biggest things right there. Test, get feedback, find out if it's wanted, right? Even down to your landing page, because landing pages can kill it. I had to get super when it came down to marketing, when I was like really learning the marketing aspect and the language, I had to really understand and get into understand the emotional triggers and things like the juicy words to say. At first, I just was, I'm blabbing my mouth like, hey, I got this course, come get it, right? Come get your life, up level your draping, right? But I was like, no, that's not emotional enough. So I had to really go through the rigmarole and learning how to really evoke emotion in my sales pages. So those of you guys that's been with me for a while, y'all know my sales pages it used to be like one paragraph, maybe like 5 or 6 sentences, right? Now it's a standard sales page. It's a standard long sales page, short sales page, video sales page, whatever it is. But I have those tested as well. I need to know, how is it aesthetically? Is it pleasing to the eye, right? Do the quality of the page really speak the price of the course, right? You have to know these things, right? You have to know these things. Okay. So another thing is, as far as outsourcing, right? You should, when it gets to outsourcing, in the beginning, honestly, with your first course, this is how everybody always kind of run on the outsourcing bandwagon, and I totally get it. But with your first one, depending on how extensive it is, a lot of it you really should be doing, unless you just know that this is going to be your thing, and then you just want to have a team do it all the time. I totally get it. But one of my fears, I ain't get over this one yet, is it's going to be something happening in my business, and I don't know how to fix it. So anything in my business right now, right? I know it's going to change when this sucker scales some more, because it's getting a little heavy. But right now, I can fix anything in my business, right? That don't mean I do, but I have the ability to do it. And I had that ability because my first couple courses, I was the only one creating them from beginning to end. So with your first one, I definitely, especially those that's in the program, because you're going to get to some things like, oh, it's a lot, but you got to put that work in the beginning, and then you able to birth an amazing baby and just watch the baby grow up, right? Watch the baby grow, watch the baby feed on you, pour back into you, all that good stuff, right? Over and over and over again. So you do want to get help, and you do want to outsource, like as you grow, as your business scale. But in the beginning, I would highly suggest go through it yourself, right? For one, you're going to appreciate it a lot more, especially at the end, because you're going to see all that work you've done and what you was able to create. Not only that, but that end of the month statement, baby. Oh yeah, that's going to feel amazing, okay? Yeah, so Michelle, do it yourself, especially the first one, or if you're like in the beginning stages of course creation, because it can get really techy depending on what you have though. But you don't want to be at a standstill, because that's how it was when I got with Kartra. Baby, if y'all remember, this was a new platform for me. I was so used to Teachable. Oh, it gave me help. And I was like, what is going on when I first went to Kartra? And it's getting a lot better because now I understand it. I had to take time out to learn it, right? Because when you're getting support tickets and that's not something you're used to, you're like, hold on, what? You can't log in? Why you can't log in, baby? So you want to take time and learn your systems. Even if you are going to delegate it later, learn your systems, because you don't want to have problems, hiccups in your course, and you can't fix it, right? You don't want to do that. That's also is going to lessen and hurt the credibility of your business and your customer service. And that is the thing. You're in a service-based business, so definitely stay up on those. Another thing you don't want to do, is skimp on design. You don't want to just throw stuff out there, especially us, because one of our biggest pain points is cheap clients, right? Well, if you're throwing out there cheap branding elements and cheap stuff and it look like you just threw some stuff together, what you expect? You attract them bargain basement Betty. Kind of always have at the forefront everything you do. You are trying to attract luxury Lucy, right? Is this going to attract luxury Lucy? Right? Is this going to attract luxury Lucy? And if the answer is no, even if it's I don't know, scratch it. Go back to the basics, right? Because you shouldn't even have to think that hard. When I first started, and I wasn't even, I focused on the phony brand and stuff, like the colors and the fonts and all. I was like, oh yeah, right? But guess what? It did not resonate with my brand at all. By the time I got to planning to profit, I was so proud of myself. I was so proud because I was able to do all of my branding elements by myself. And so just looking at my first website when I did Plush Designs or even Precious Stevens, and I was like, girl, what were you thinking? Right? Just taking iPhone pictures in the office, like, what? But you have to know. So I'm telling you now, hey Tanya, do not do not skimp on design. Michelle, what you say? Before doing. Yeah, and I mean, that's smart. Even if you don't take mine, take somebody's, right? And I had to do the same thing. So I had to go and get certified and actually get trained by professionals because I wasn't playing. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wasn't knowledgeable enough. I knew how to set up a backdrop and make it look amazing, yeah. But I knew how to do it, I knew how to jerry-rig some stuff. Jerry-rig some stuff, and I couldn't teach that, right? I can't teach that. That's stuff that that pops up in emergencies. I wanted to do this thing the right way and become a credible source in the industry. So I did everything I could and still doing to make sure that I stand up to that standard, right? So Michelle, I'm here when you need me, baby. I'm here when you need me. But you don't want to skimp on design. So when I created Planning to Profit, guys, I'm so proud of it, right? It's just because it looks like, right? Even my headers and my banners, it just looks like a little branding person did it, and a little old me. Now that doesn't mean that my branding will stop there, because but I'm just proud of it. So you don't want to skimp on design, and you're going to do it either the sweat way, meaning you're going to do it the long way. You're going to figure it out and you're going to do it, or you're going to pay somebody to do it, which is the short way. Get it done, boom. This is what I need. Give it back, right? That's totally up to you, but whichever route you take, don't skimp. So if you're trying to do it yourself, it would behoove you to get some training, or even look at YouTube if you have to, right? Really sit down and understand how to make these elements work, whatever platform you decide to use. Don't just put two letters together and then put a baby face there and like, bam, here I am. Look out, world. No, boo. Nobody gonna buy that. Not for the price that you want to price it at, right? So don't skimp on design, right? And you want to make sure that your stuff is cohesive. You want to make sure that whatever your course is, make sure it's cohesive on all of your business sites, all of your business pages, even down to your website. Make sure it's cohesive. You don't want, you got the purple lavish looks on IG and there's all this purple stuff, and then you go over here and it's the same company, but you can change it up and it's like pink or no. It's going to be confusing. It's going to be confusing, and a confused buyer is not a buyer. They don't buy. They don't buy. So don't skimp on design, all right? Another thing you also don't want to skimp on, not just the branding elements of your course, like your headers and if you're gonna have workbooks or whatever it is, your landing pages, all that. You also don't want to skimp inside the lesson, and I see this happen a lot. The people landing pages be amazing, and they have all these graphics up on their social sites, and then you buy the course and it's like, what? Who this? And I totally get it, because some people they have that mindset. They have that mindset, oh, they a customer now. They in the program now. No, baby, no. You need to have that thing cohesive all the way through. The most important is once they become a customer. So many people think it's the flip side where, oh, I got to do this so I can get a customer. No, baby, now what you going to do now that you got the customer? You have to really look at their experience, right? Think about their experience. Make sure they're having a good experience inside your course, outside your course, via your help desk, via your email, whatever it is. Don't have that mindset, well, I got them now, I could just throw some letters and some PDFs inside the course and they'll run through it. No, you want to keep that same energy you had to get them once you get them, right? So if you had beautiful branding and all that, before, have it inside your course, right? Just have it inside your course or your ebook or whatever it is. Don't skimp. If you want to develop or you want to deliver a quality product in order for you to increase your revenue, right? If you keep delivering crap, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to buy from you again, right? Nah, that relationship is tainted, boo. They're not going to buy from you again. And I'm telling you, retaining customers is so easy once you just nurture them and you just let them know you care. You're human, right? Don't be All right, so let me go off to so number 4. Number 4 was it's kind of similar to number 3. And number 3 is don't skimp, right? Don't skimp on your design. But number 4 was your lesson plans. Don't skimp on those either. Don't half-ass them, right? Don't sit there and, oh my goodness, I just see this a lot too. Don't sit there and for one, just copy a bunch of stuff off of Google and then throw it in a sheet or, just like don't care. And I'm telling you, you think people don't know when you have something that you totally just threw together? You think people don't know? They know, and they will sniff you out. I'm telling you, that's one of the biggest ways to kill your business. It's just by simply being lazy and not caring and just throwing some stuff together. So I ain't gonna say it again. Don't half-butt your lessons, right? Y'all know I'm down to 1 time a day. I only cuss once a day. So don't half-butt your lessons. Really I guess for me, not even knowing, I'm thinking that, like it was enough information in there. But even now, as I build courses now, it's just different. Like I'm always thinking about the experience. And people are lazy, right? So I just want y'all to know I care about y'all. I know people lazy, so I like putting links in my descriptions now, right? I didn't do that before. It just would be my training video and that's it. But now, even though I give workbooks, I give all that, right? But now, right below my videos, I go a step further. I don't want you to have to go and look in the email. Nope, it's right here. Boop, boop, boop. Click the link. Just do it. Don't ask no questions. Just click the link, right? And that's kind of the experience that you want to develop. You don't want people having to search through stuff and then it be very, very confusing. And a lot of this stuff I learned along the way, guys. I'm not going to sit here and lie. And because I wasn't no course creator. No, that's not what I do. I fix stuff. That's not what I do. But now I'm always thinking of how can I make it better. And I know I'm lazy. So guys, I feel y'all. I'm with you. Girl is with you. So I don't be wanting to have to search for things I need either. So why would I do that to y'all? I'm not going to do that to y'all. Oh my God. Right. So wait a minute. She sang. What she say now? That's how it be. That's how it be. It's just like overwhelming. I'm telling you, you got to get in it and really simplify things. So now the way I do things now is simplified, and it's not whatever the experience is on the before you buy. Like if the sales pages, all that stuff is real pretty and all that is the same inside the course. My workbooks, like that takes time to create, but that's the stuff that shows your buyers that you care. I could easily just give away a black and white book, right? I could, but I care. I just want people, my whole brand makes people feel happy and feminine, right? So everything I touch, I want it to be that same exact experience, right? She said, y'all are funny. I'm telling you. So Michelle, you're thinking about a course. So I'm telling you, get these ones, get these. Number 5, I shouldn't even have to say this, but I do. So I'm just going to say it, right? Don't copy from somebody else. This is so common. It's so common. Don't sit there. I'm not going to say don't be inspired, but a lot of you guys get confused with inspiration and just straight old copying. Don't copy So I don't know who you are, Facebook user, but hello. Let me put you up here so you know. Tell me who you are. Don't copy. I mean, you think people don't know that you have copied their stuff? And I mean, I can get it if you're inspired by something, but at least make it yours, right? Don't use the same exact verbiage, the same exact outline. I don't care if it's an ebook, if it's a landing page, like take the time to create your own stuff. Get inspired all you want, but don't. And the one thing some of you guys, only those that do it though, may not realize you're not the only one that created that. So if people know, if someone before you done it and yours look exactly like that, 9 times out of 10 you copying, baby. So don't do that. You don't want to do that. Be inspired, because I still get inspired every day. Today I'm like, oh, I get inspired by people's process. I get inspired by people's thought patterns, like things they think about. It's like, wow, that's inspiring to me. And it even could shed some light on what I'm doing, right? It's not to say I'm going to go and copy the entire process, though. That's not, it's like you could just sit there and like, wow, I like how she did that. I like how she did that. And then you could figure out how you're going to incorporate it into your teaching style or your business, your business model or whatever that is. But just don't straight up and down copy. People know. So not only the person you're copying from know, but the people that you are trying to influence also know. So make it your own. Even if you are getting inspired by someone else, just make it your own. It's only take a little bit more time, but you want it to be in your voice, because when it comes in someone else's voice, it's not going to come through authentic, right? It's not going to come through transparent. And I'm saying this from experience too. I used to, even when I first started, like when I got into the masterminds, I would get like some materials for coaching and things like that. And man, my webinars used to be, because it wasn't authentic. I'm like, okay, and so I had to stop. That's why a lot of that stuff I used to do back then, I just stopped. I'm like, no, I can't teach this because this is not my process. This is not the way I've done it, and it's not going to come through just flow. Like now, I'll write my bullet points down because I want to hit my bullet points, because y'all know I get the run in my mouth and I go off track. But I'm not talking from what I used to have. It would be on my computer screen. I'm not talking from anything other than here, right? I know exactly what I went through, and that is the things I share. I pretty much just share my experience. I share things I've learned, whether I learned the hard way or the good way, baby. That is what I. Tell me who you are. So is this Nikita? That's probably Nikita. Okay. So yeah, that's like you're gonna have to just trust the process. Know that whatever your level is right now, that's not the end game, right? But you gotta get started, because you know enough, and let it be what you know. Do not sit and replicate something from someone else, because for one, they are dictating your success, whether you know it or not, because you can't move until they move. You're gonna always be copying their process, their strategy. So meaning, baby, it's a glass ceiling. You can't move until they move. That's not how you want to be. Oh, hey Jennifer, that's not how you want to be, right? So take inspiration from anything, right? You could get inspiration from a slice of bread, baby. You really could. It just depends. You can get inspiration from anything, but you want to take the time and develop authentic products that sounds like you. Because that's, for one, you're not going to be able to play the long game if you go the copy route. You're not going to be able to play the long game. I know, because I tried to do it, right? I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I don't have time for that. I really don't. Because you'll be on that train forever and you'll never get off. And every time a new idea or something you see, you're going to want to incorporate it in your business. And then guess what? The main thing that you're supposed to be focusing on, which is your passion and your purpose, is getting neglected, and you're staying at a standstill because you can't focus on the thing you're supposed to be focusing on. Oh, she said, nope, it's not me. Oh, so I need you to register next time. That way I know who it is. So that is my 5 tips, right? My 5 tips of what not to do. Number 1, just to recap, let me tell you guys. you don't want to just jump in and without doing your due diligence, right? You don't want to just jump in and not do your research, not check your analytics, right? Not check the groups and what people talking about, paying attention to people pain points, really listening to your ideal audience, right? That's something you do not want to do. Meaning, do the opposite. Go in the groups, pay attention, right? Be available, right? Plant yourself in conversations just to show that you're credible, you know what you're talking about, but that's if you know what you're talking about, right? And if you don't, and it's something you wanna be knowledgeable of, learn the freaking skill, right? Everything is obtainable nowadays, so just learn it. And the second thing you don't want to do is just jump in, right? You don't want to jump in without getting any help or any kind of assistance, right? Whether that's even if you get in the program or not, but just having someone that can really give you direction on what to do. Because if you don't, guess what? It's going to take you 2 years, and I'm just saying because it took me 2 years, to really create an irresistible course, to really do it in a way and streamline it in a way that people buy it before it's even produced. That is the key. You don't want to produce it and then nobody buying it. That's like backwards. Don't do it that way. So that's what you want to do. Be able to be accessible, get help from different outlets, and real authentic help though. People that's going to really show you the process, show you, and not hold on to information. And I just hate that crab in the barrel bucket where you can grow, but you can only grow under my jurisdiction. No, like, who are you? Right? People do that all the time. Like, no, you're supposed to just give the information, right? And then let people apply however they see fit. But you're supposed to just give it to them. Just sow the seed. Let them do whatever they need to do, right? Third thing is don't skip on design. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you do, especially being in a rush or whatever the case may be, you're going to have a bunch of bargain basement betties, and you're going to have to sell your product for $7. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. But put your beautiful elements in there, things that resonate with your audience, things that look premium, things that, that Lucy, luxury Lucy, going to look at. Like, oh, let me see. Let me check that out, right? That's what you want to do. And then number 4 is your lesson plan. You don't want to skimp on your lesson plan. Whatever experience is before the buy, you want it to be the same inside. If it's a book, you want your book to look and match. You want it to match the same tone as your sales process was. If it's a product, you want it to match. You don't want to have slapped a $99 price tag on a product that looked like it should have been $17. Don't do that, because you're setting yourself up for failure. Someone's going to put you on blast, and then it's going to, remember we was talking about going, oh no, that wasn't here. We was talking about going viral. That was one of my tips, telling them that's how people go viral. They mess up. That people put you on blast. And y'all know people like spraying bad news, boy, I swear. And the 5th thing is don't copy lessons from someone else. Be inspired, but that's a big difference from copying, baby. Be your unique self, because that is ultimately what you want to connect to the world. That's what you want to put out in the universe. You don't want to be named Sue, but you're trying to be Elizabeth, because you're going to confuse people. People are like, oh, but you look like Sue, but you sound like Elizabeth. Give me a 1 in the comments if that makes sense, because sometimes my brain just be computing things, and I'm like, that makes sense. To me it did, but I don't know if to you guys it did. Oh my God, Michelle, I'm trying to tell you, thank you, sweetie. That's the only way I know how to be now, because even when I was trying to be Elizabeth, it wasn't connecting, baby. I would connect, in a different way, but it wasn't just an authentic feel. Like now, like I just love my tribe to death.
1 o'clock.
Okay, Siri. I just love my tribe to death, and I was able to really develop that kind of relationship by being little silly old precious, right? So that's my 5 tips for today, right? But for you guys that is interested in start creating a course, if you're interested, and it don't have to be a course, because it's the same process. But one thing I don't do though is products. Y'all know that's not my lane. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm not your girl. I'm just gonna put it out there. But if it's a course, if it's a training, if it's a webinar, if it's an ebook, if it's a journal, things like that, I got you, right? what I'm talking about. Saturday, August the 1st is when we start 4 weeks to freedom. It's just 4 straight weeks. At the end of the 4 weeks, you have your course or item, whatever it is. And then it's up to you how you choose to promote it. We go through a different promotional streams, right, to really get it out there and market it in such a way where it sells. But even inside the 30 days, we go through a pre-sale session, which is what you guys see me do all the time. I pre-sell the heck out some stuff because I need to know if it's hot. I need to know if people want it before I get to doing all that I got to do, because it's a lot, right? But I'm going to run you guys down what's in the modules, just for you. Some of you guys is like, well, what's in there? So for module 1, module 1, the thing that we cover is your topic, right? Validating your offer. We go through all the strategies on how to validate your offer. If your topic is even going to sell, right? I just told you one tip. I told you a couple tips not too long ago on how you can validate your offer. But we take it a step further, of course. Y'all know how we did. We take it a step further, and we really identify what people are willing to pay for. And it's so easy to find out what people are willing to pay for, right? You don't got to sit there and figure it out. You ain't got to go to bed worried about people going to buy this thing. You ain't got to worry about that no more. Trust me, when you go through these strategies, you're going to know if it's a hot or if it's a not. And it's important to do that at the initial stage, because if it's a not, then we got to scratch it and we got to come up with something else, right? So that's why those that I've talked to last week, I told you guys, get to doing the brainstorming. Those that's already in the program, get the brainstorming now, because once we go. And once you validate that first offer, if that's the one, we running with it full throttle, right? So we go through all that in module 1. And module 2 is when you actually start mapping out your content. And some people think that this is like a hard process. It's really not. I told you guys yesterday how I easily map out my content. That's one of the strategies. It's 4 different strategies we cover how you easily develop your content. You don't know what to eliminate, because I know in the beginning I've done this. I've done this too. But even working with my course creation ladies, they have so much information in there. I'm like, baby, that's too much. You're only creating when you get into course creation, what I try and convey to you guys is this is not the end game, right? Once you see the benefits of it, this is only going to be your first course. So you can't sit there and throw the whole kitchen sink in there, right? Zinc. Did I say zinc? You can't throw the whole kitchen sink in there, right? You have to have something for your follow-up products, because trust me, especially with the way this industry is going, a lot of you is going to end up what I just did, with a product suite. It ain't going to just stop with courses. You'll have courses and products and merch. I'm telling you guys, you got to follow the money, baby. Ain't that what they say in stocks? Follow the money, follow the trends. So, you don't want to put everything in there, but we go through the process of mapping out your content. I meant step by step. And you'll have all of your modules, all your lessons, all your units, and have them in a way where they're cohesive and they kind of take people through a process, right? You got to always have your ideal client in mind when you're creating these things. Then the third thing we do, which is, y'all know I love, right? We get into design. We get into creating all of the assets that goes to our course. That's our landing pages. That's if some of you guys got ebooks, right? And the templates, you ain't got to think about it. The templates come with the course. An entire ebook is like a plug and play, right? Depends on what your offer is. But all that stuff is created for you. And all you got to do is just drop your content. And you're going to get the content from module 2. So you kind of see how this is easy peasy. And then the last one, what we do, we help you build it out as far as how you're going to promote it, how you're going to market it, and growing your list. Now, module 4 is where you set up. Now, module 4 is kind of heavy because you set up everything is needed to grow your list. Some of you guys don't have CRM. Some of you guys don't have email automation. You set all that up in module 4, right? Not only that, you create your freebie, or if it depends on what your offer is. But those that have a freebie, that's where you create your actual freebie, right? And then you start to nurture your audience so you can get into the pre-sale, so you can sell that thing before it's even finished. That's the part I love. That's the part I love. So if you are ready to create a course, and not just create any old course, I mean create a course. Once you go through these strategies, even if similar courses are out there, you're going to craft this one to where it's different, right? It's unique. It's going to be superb, right? It's going to be superb. You want to be able to stand out from what everyone else is doing. A million people could be doing balloons, but this one is going to be like, oh, she doing balloons? Oh. And they're going to look at it, right? And it's going to be like on point. But I'm not doing balloons. I just put that out there. You're also going to be able to identify, and you're going to be able to be an authority in your niche, right? It's one thing to just be doing whatever you're doing. I want to be an authority in everything I do, right? I want to be able to create an impact, and I want to be able to be a credible source in that niche, right? When someone think of the thing, I want them to think of Precious, period. If somebody thinking of draping, I want them to think of the Posh Academy, right? So you want to be able to really build that authority in your niche, right? Another thing you want to do is, like I told you guys, as far as keeping your students engaged, nurturing them. Don't have people just buy and then that's it. That's truthfully when the work really begins, honestly. Once they buy, it's amazing, because now you are on to a different phase, which is now sustaining, right? Sustaining your clients and making sure that they are repetitive, coming back, because you will you will create another one. I'm trying to tell you, because it becomes addictive. Y'all know your girl got like 36 courses, right? Well, I ain't even talking about the draper design one, so add that 15. Yeah, I'm at about 50 courses, right? Because it just becomes addictive. And it's so easy for you to craft these things out and for them to generate the money that they generate. I ain't going to say never. Y'all know I don't like saying never. But you will find me designing another tablescape. That's too much. It's too much work for me. But I will always be draping, though, because I love draping, right? So if this is something that any of you guys is interested in, and you are ready to craft your course and get started on August the 1st, guess what? I highly recommend you guys to go on and sign up. And again, if I gotta remind you, it's free to sign up, right? And then you'll be able to access tomorrow's coaching call. Tomorrow we do a live coaching call via Zoom at 12 p.m. noon. I messed that up yesterday. 12 p.m. noon. At 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, right? And if you decide to stay, this is something you want, you'll pay your monthly membership, which is only $47 right now. And that won't kick in until Saturday, which is the day we start. But the good thing about this program, which I love, is because some people sign up for a specific course. Like let's just say you want to sign up for the course creation, 4 Weeks to Freedom. However, when you sign up, the whole entire library, and as of now, we are on 6 units. So, and 6 units means 6 months. So the whole entire library of everything we've gone through is open to you guys. We've gone through business management. That's a whole 30-day course. We've gone through branding, right? That's a whole 30-day course. We've gone through social media, 30-day course. We've gone through mindset, 30-day course. We've gone through content creation. So that is 5 months of content that you have access to just by signing up for 4 Weeks to Freedom. So that is y'all see the link here. You just sign up for Planning to Profit. Like I said, just go and sign up. You'll get links to the coaching call, which is tomorrow. It is via Zoom, and it is video enabled. I don't like talking to dark screens, right? It feels weird. I feel like I'm talking to a ghost. So if you come onto the call, that is where we start tomorrow at noon. If you have any questions, anybody have any questions before I pan out of here? Thanks, Michelle. That's all I know how to be. Hey, Sus. Y'all know I am blind. Okay, so I'm going over here on. Oh Lord, they ringing my thing. All right, I gotta go IG. Okay, so that's it. So I gotta go, guys. Any one of you guys is interested, the link is on the screen. The link is also in the comments. And then I will sign off. Hopefully you guys can join me tonight. But guess what? I've already said Planning to Profit. Y'all know I can't eat and chew at the same time. For Posh Late Night Biz. Posh Late Night Biz is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be right here, same place, same time, and I'll see you guys tonight. Bye, guys.